Alright, CSS battle time, and we have a bunch of dots. Cool. Hopefully this goes a little bit easier than yesterday's. Oh well, that was fun. Alright, the dots are white. It's interesting. When I have repeated dots, I either want to do a radial gradient or border dotted. Border dotted depends on the spacing. So let's actually check how that works, and then I can see what I need to focus on. What do you think, 30 pixels? I think 30 pixels, not solid. Dotted. Alright, let's go border top. Let's just deal with one line, you know? Alright, that's, the spacing doesn't look quite right there. Let's go 150, 0. Oop, 0. Move it back up. Yeah, that doesn't look good. 135. Okay. Alright, so if we were to add margin, does that get better? Sort of. Yeah, they're too far apart. Okay. I don't like border dotted. I'm not going to try to figure that out. Radial gradient it is. It's that I can control easily. I mean, I could do this all one gradient that way, one gradient that way, and a conic gradient. We're done. You know, that's not going to be the shortest. If I need to write one radial gradient, and then I need to figure out how I want to deal with this bar, whether that's another element or not. So this radial gradient, the question is, do I make an entire grid that, sorry, ooh, man, 130 to 160, okay, that's 30 pixels as well. Now at least we know it's 30 pixels for those circles and that bar, so it will cover any circles we have if we want to mask them. I could pull out something like corner shape with a border, and it would come in and notch and hide if we had a really massive one, but then we'd have to do margins, we'd have to do corner shape, we'd have to do border radius, and then we'd have to get that all to line up. So I don't think that's the way to go. That'd be kind of fun, because then we just have this grid of circles and we mask it that way. I think we need to do an element that is arranged vertically and then horizontally, and we can do that all with just some basic margins. So let's go background. We're going to do a radial gradient. Although, for me to shrink down the HTML, I have to give it a border or a box shadow. And I think box shadow might be the way to go. I could also have this only repeat on the one axis. Yeah, we just need this to repeat on the one axis. So let's make that happen. Let's do 1Q. Let's make it that way. I'm going to start with that way and then just examine the inevitable pitfalls that I run into. FFF 15 pixels. We know that's our radius to get 30 pixel diameter. And then we're doing the light red. Beautiful, right? Looks perfect. We don't want to change the positioning. We just want it to repeat 0, 0 along the vertical axis. So, but to do that, we're going to have to say the size is like 400 pixels across so that we don't see any repeat horizontally. Now, do I need that? If I say 0, yeah, we can't say 0 for the size. If we say 1Q, we get just bands. So if we do 200, there we get 2 bands, you know, 3, yep, 400 it is, that's what centers it, and we are aligned in the middle. Now we have to move things a little bit here to get them to line up. No, we don't. I actually have to get the spacing right. That's what I haven't figured out yet. 40. That looks like pretty consistent spacing. It looks like 40 pixels. So let's go 10 pixels down. Oh, well, there you have it. All right. And we have artifacts on the edges there. This might actually be a good thing because I feel like I could just do a 10 pixel border. And what would happen is that would live happily right here on the body. And then we would be able to make a paragraph tag. And the paragraph tag needs a different background. Ugh. I don't want to write background again. I just wrote a long background. Oh, and you know what else is I have this all set on the, I could rotate the body. Rotating at 90 is not too big of a deal. But I think I could rotate it and get this all to line up. Let's explore that on the body. Let's go target our body. Let's go margin 0. Okay, so everything lines up good now. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. All right, so it's overwriting everything, but if we margin the left and right, I believe, what am I doing wrong? I need to take rotate off. Let's outline it. 2 pixels solid, so I can see what's happening. Okay. Outline. I always do that. I always get the T and the L mixed up. I need to just outline 2 pixels solid. Is there a reason I'm not seeing that outline? Oh, because it was all the way on the edges, it blended in. Okay. So that's interesting because we're moving it. Oh, so this width right here, if I don't have a 400 pixel wide element, then it doesn't work. That width doesn't work unless, okay, yeah. So that's why it was a red bar. It's hiding everything. So when you rotate it, we just get a red bar spun around. Now that looks great. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Since I have to put a border on this anyways, let's do that. Border 10 pixels solid, and we're doing the same red color. But we have to declare it again. Okay. Now we have to shift this back up 10 pixels, and this is going to be 380. That's starting to look odd, but what I can do is margin this the HTML down. Let's move this up. And this up. Let's get rid of this rotate for just a moment. All right, let's look at this. Oh, our body's still getting selected. And let's get back to this. Okay. So our body should have 0 selectors on it. That is the HTML. Because we're doing 180, I think I want to change that down. Whoa. Oh, it's bubbling up to the canvas now. Okay. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm really confused as to all that's happening here. I don't think that's right. I think we need 175. And then there we go. Okay. So we have our element. It's just repeating up on the canvas layer because we margined everything down. Here's our body way over here. So on the body, do a margin 0 and rotate. It ain't right. Okay, let's do -10. There we are. Now we just need to hide those ones in the middle. And everything on the outside. That is wild. Okay. So making the big radial gradient meant I don't have to mask it. I did have to put a border out there. I could just put this on the body and then put a, thing on there. I could also do box shadow instead of border and just do a really big box shadow with M units. And that would hide everything. And then I can't scale it down and make that thing in the middle with the box shadow though, which is unfortunate. Okay. Alright, so I think that's going to be the right margin for our body. Yep. There we go. Our body's looking good. We need to change this to 400. And what we'll do is we'll put this, 400 would be, let's look at 400. I'm sure there are options in 25M, which is about as good as it gets for reducing this, 25M. All right, so now let's see what we can do with font if the body is shrunk down. So we can just do 10%, right? Okay, not quite 10%. I think actually we need to do 160. No, 165 is good. We need to, let's see, 8, 7, 8. Oh, if it's too small, it won't fit. That's not how we want to move it. That's the size. What am I doing? Oh, and the HTML's moved now. Oh, because we're 380 is the proper value with the border on it, which is a lot worse. Oh, 52, 21.1 LH, 21.1 LH is the best we get for 380. Well, I'm overcomplicating this, you guys. I'm sure of it. This far in, I think I need to just get it done instead of worrying about, I can do a variable. I'm trying to avoid a variable, but let's just do a variable. That's the only thing that needs to change. All right. do a variable. Um, 40. Let's change it to 30. Okay, that's good. Take the outline off of these guys. Well, we just need our box. Could be a conic gradient. Don't really want it to be a conic gradient. On top, that seems expensive. I could just do paragraph tag. Oops. Let's get rid of the closing tag. We don't need that. Yeah, I don't have anything. Although it's gonna have a border. I could change the color. You know, it could be a border. Then I don't have to give it height. I don't have to give it anything, really. Just, there it is. Okay. Negative 15. Oh, it's rotated. 50, negative 15. Okay. Okay, there it is. But we want less than that, so there we go. Okay, all right. This is controlling the width. 45, 40, and we just need to move it over one more. That worked. Okay, and since we're doing border here, what I could do is flip this around and then variabilize this. Would that be better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we break even on that because it's 12. Let's see, we're at 276. 276. Let's remember that number. Get rid of this. 15 pixels and dark red. 276. We break even. All right. But I think that's a whole lot better than giving it height, giving it a background, because I have to use the border already. But I could just write a whole new border. It just... Can I do a 15 pixel border? I'd have to put margin on the... Can I do a 15 pixel border here? Let's see. Let's see what that messes up. Let's do 15 here. Messes up a lot. That's okay. I expected that. We're already doing this. Okay, so maybe what I need to do is expand this variable to include positioning as well. What I will do is X and V, and then here we will do 20 pixels / 30. Okay. 30. It's the wrong one. I got to include the other one. It's horizontal because we are rotated. All right. So this is wrong. Let's get our positioning right. Okay. The rotate's making this more difficult than I expected. Okay, it is too narrow. It is in fact too narrow. Okay, now let's move it down. We are not centered. We got to move everything up. 45? No, that's still 40. This is probably like 120. Oof. Nope, that was right. That's better. Okay. Oh, my circles are now in the right height. Is everything in the right height? No, not everything is in the right height. This is not in the right height. I have to add margin here. -5. Now everything lines up. And I bet you I can put this back to 165-ish. No. 160. There we go. And we need to, everything's shifted over. Oh, I know what. There we go. There we are. And then we need to move this guy back out. 20. 40, and it's 125. Okay, so that actually was supposed to stay the same. We can't do 15 pixel border on the body. I can't believe I just spent all that time messing with all of that to see it mask that thing. Okay, all right, let's back it up to the one that was stable before, just with a variable. Here we go. That was, oh, I'm glad I at least asked that question and answered it. Wow, so much. Okay, I haven't even submitted yet. Let's just submit. Let's just see if this is even 100%. Something went wrong. Let's try it again. We got this. I believe. You gotta believe. Have hope. 100%. Good enough. Good enough for the efforts today. You know, I only have so much time that I want to be spending on this. You know, there's more important things to be doing. This is a fun game, and I am very happy to do it. I don't know if 32Q will work here because it is in fact a gradient. Let's test it. Okay, it worked. All right. Looks all right. Let's test that while we reduce our, oops. We're good. All right. Cool. All this is working out. Almost there. Just a few more things to adjust. There's probably a couple more characters to get rid of with moving, like, because the variables at the end, I can get rid of that one there. We're not using font anywhere, so this is just 5ch. 380 pixels I have to figure out. 5vh there. Let's check 380. Yeah, we had it. 95 VW. I'm okay with that. Let's just do that. I can't imagine something else being better. Can we do percentage there? Doesn't matter. You know what? I'm in a variable. I won't be able to take a space off anyways. 5vh, ch, this is one of those scenarios where I could probably do a percentage. I bet it's 10%. Nope. 15? Nope. 12? Nope. I'm not messing with it. Already in 2D. Okay, 181. Calling it. Alright, hope you're having fun with this. I will catch you later.